Hi, this is BB. Today it's just like really a lot of vinegar, or a lot of things that I'm being dosed with. My head is hurting all over. I'm having slight chest pains. It's not a good day. The vinegar is very, very pungent. My neighbors, I don't think they're smelling anything because they never seem to be. So, but anyway, I want to make a plea here, to the person. I know who you are. You know I know who you are. You got to stop doing this. I don't know what you've stolen from me. I don't know what you have done in the accumulation of the stolen property you have. There is stuff that is missing from my life. Personal items with my name on it is missing. They have been stolen. Some of the things that were in the vicinity of those things with my name on it, my certificates with my name on it, has the potential to be worth a lot of money. Since you found out that that is a fact because you're hacking me, that should have tipped you off to stop. You did not. So I believe it's safe to assume you had something to do with the theft of those items. If not, the alternative is just as worse, if not, it's just as bad, if not worse, because it means that you're not just stealing from me, but you're exploiting me as a person and a human being. So the law would have to make a decision which one is worse. It's called human trafficking. And it's like being humanly trafficked. And she's threatening me right now that my channel will be shut down. Go right ahead, do what you got to do. You do you. You're big and powerful. You own the US right now. People like you run things. The law enforcement, they do. They just sit down and shut up because there's nothing they can do. Y'all run things. Y'all rule things. Y'all are the ones taking over. Their job, the Marines and the Feds and whatever, was to protect us from people like the international terrorists, like the Taliban and Chinese terrorists, Russian terrorists, whatever, and preserve us and fatten us for the domestic terrorists to use as chew toys, to keep them occupied while they are fighting the big fires, but the little ones they can't put out. Like feeding us like lambs to the slaughter to these people, almost like they have become cannibals and they're chewing on us, they're eating us alive. Because even if she stole from me, even if they were exploiting me, either way, I'm very vocal. I have been vocal about this on a public platform like YouTube. That should have tipped them off. Leave me alone. It got worse. In my opinion, this is their way of trying to get me to shut up, to control me. If I die in the process, which is what they're probably on their knees praying for every day, then they're better off that way. They're hoping for that. They're praying for that. They're wishing that. And they're taking steps necessary to facilitate their wish. See, their magic works. Because they will go out and force it to happen. Their magic does work because they will go out and they will force it to happen. They don't wait on the universe or God to grant it when you're ready to receive it. They will take it from those who already have. They feel that the world owes them everything. That we create stuff, businesses, we have money-making ideas, we implement them, we execute them, we start funneling cash, we start having multiple streams of income, we start profitable businesses, storefronts and online or both. And you know, we have inheritances, we win money, we earn money. It doesn't matter. We do the work, they relieve us of said cash. That's what they do. They feel we owe them everything. And if we don't, if it's not in a pile of money that we have, that they want, they will exploit the body. They will exploit the mind. They will exploit our lives. Find some way to monetize us. But this is not seen as a threat, it seems, in this here United States. This is not seen as a threat as yet. I don't know why it's not being seen and taken as a threat, but apparently it's not. We can't seem to get past the stage where we have them just take us seriously, to look into things. The moment I try to tell them, I know this is happening because the people are from California, I live in Oklahoma now, they are not going to, then right then they deem me as, she's crazy, she must be using drugs, she's schizophrenic. There, I've lost my audience. And they bank on this. They bank on this. But I'm telling you one thing, and make no mistake, trust me, if there's a few of us with the same tail and we don't know each other, then the police will have to take us seriously. If we're coming from different walks of life and we have a similar tale and they have a group of symptoms that we're experiencing, then they will have to take us seriously. They will have to look into it. They will have to do what is necessary to protect us. Whatever that entails. Because this isn't right. What's the point of saving us from outside terrorism and then handing us over or letting us be used as chew toys by these fucking cannibals? What is the point? You know how many times sometimes I wish they would just come in here and cut my throat and get it over with. Why this long drawn out punishment? For what? For something I said? You know, there's a saying that well done is better than well said. What have you done? What have you done? What were you listening for to what I said? What did you want to hear? Did you get an earful? Accidentally, on purpose, overheard? Oh. We didn't live close to each other. The walls were not touching. But you heard, did you? I know. You heard, huh? You heard. You're vile. You're ugly. You're a piece of shit is what you are. You have to steal from those who are capable of doing, and they actually do. Because you're lazy. You don't want to work. You don't want to do it yourself. You want to take it from those who do, with the flimsiest of excuses. Whether you're taking money they have, assets they have, or you're exploiting them. You're lazy. You're a disgrace to humanity. You're a disgrace to humanity. Trust me. That's not for the people who are going through this. I guess y'all know that. I'm just angry because this isn't right. This isn't right. My head is killing me right now. I'm surprised. See, when the vinegar comes, it gets really, really stiff. I don't know if you experience that. It gets stiff. It's because like all the muscles are starting to harden. It's all the blood vessels. Sometimes I can feel my blood vessels popping in there. It's like tss. You can feel it. If it happens more than once, you will know. If you're in tune with your body, you will know when you will feel them. It's almost a very tiny part of like stepping on dry leaves, but think of it in a very, the sound is almost like that, but on a smaller scale. You can feel it, or you hear that like a spray, like a blood vessel just popped. You know what will happen after a while? It's not a good thing. I don't want to focus on it, but I don't want to focus on it. But it's not good. And this is what they're trying. I don't know what the hell they're spraying. But whatever it is, we're not supposed to be inhaling these things for any prolonged period of time on a continuous basis, day and night. We're not supposed to. And it's just too much. The back of my neck, everything is just hurting like crazy. My body is starting to wear and tear from it. I have to. I'm only human, and that will happen. Well, she's telling me I'm not human, I'm an animal. No, I'm sorry, but you think you got the wrong end of the stick. When you think of somebody who's an animal, look in the mirror and you will see the animal. What makes an animal different from a human being? Well, from most human beings. They work by instinct. Most of them run on all fours. They live mostly in the wild. They scavenge for their food. A human being has one thing: to have rational thought. What you're doing to me, do you think is rational? If you're listening to this conversation, is it rational? I haven't even posted it yet. I rest my case. You want to change that now? Who's the animal? No response this time. My schizophrenia went into remission there a minute ago. Yeah, it comes and goes. It's on cue. It just it comes out when it feels like. It's on cue. I guess yours does too. Because I'm sure most of you wise talk again, and you just want to. You wish that they were in front of you. You know, it's. See, now my eyes are burning. My eyes burn too with whatever this is. It burns. My nose, my eyes, and they get a kick out of it. They get a kick out of it, and the people they're paying to do it, which is how they are reacting to me. How they're reacting to me is what the desired reaction the people who are paying them wanted. See, as human beings, whichever path we take, we either get better or we get worse. And even if it's on a bad path, people say you get worse. Yes, you get better at being worse. Let me repeat that. It's a bad path, but you get better at being bad. What happens what does that mean? You get better at being bad. It means you get worse. And that's where they are. They start out doing it. Now they feel a sense of entitlement too. They get mad. Now they don't see me as a human being anymore either. They see me like a chew toy themselves. They see me as somebody who they need to rein in. They need to bash. They need to slap around. Many times, what they're doing is the equivalent of just being in here, kicking the shit out of me and slapping the shit out of me. It's only that they're not physically in here doing it. But it's the equivalent of doing this to me every single fucking day, all day long and night. Is the equivalent to them being in our homes, kicking the shit out of us and bashing the shit out of us, stomping on us. Every time our liver, our kidneys, our hearts, all this, like the chest pain, just imagine it. It's like somebody taking a knife and pushing it in there. It's the equivalent of it, or punching me right in the fucking chest. The headache, imagine them punching me in the head. They may not be using their fist. They're using their fist for the spritzing and spraying. They may not be in my face. But whatever they're doing, whatever they're unleashing, whatever chemicals, whatever spray, somebody's hands are behind it. It's personal. It's the equivalent of them physically beating the shit out of us. Come on, man. The police, somebody got to listen to us. Somebody got to start paying attention to this. They got to clean up their own backyard here. They need to. I can't take much more of this. This is wrong. This is wrong. And I asked these people to leave me alone. I've asked them on here before, just leave me alone. I have a friend who helped me to come here. John, his name is John. We're in the car and I used to start hitting, like I'm just so tired, you know? Like I used to, because when it first started, I don't know with you, when you start hearing that voice for the first time, how freaked out you were, how annoyed you were, how paranoid you became. And I don't know what you did. If you hit the wall, some people probably hit walls, just you know, they just get angry because it doesn't stop. And the woman knows when to start pushing. The moment she finds a vulnerable spot, she will start to push. And he and I used to say, well, whatever, you just leave me alone in his car. Now I know they heard those conversations. Because if those conversations come up in court, we're going to go through what was said. So, just because I bring them up, don't mean that we're not going to go through them in details. Now she's saying, you see, I shouldn't have said that. That's a threat now. They threaten all day long, she threatens. And soon, I think this week, I'm actually going to tell the story of what happened to me last year. And maybe somebody can give me an input on what happened here. I don't know. But I don't, this is not right. Because the people they're paying to do this are now feeling a sense of entitlement against us. They are now feeling that ownership, because you got to realize something, is we're humans. You have somebody paying them to do this to us. Automatically, it's like handing a slave off. It's like ownership over this human being, and they're handing, well, I'm paying you to do this. Not paying you to move a couple of boxes like I'm moving, It's a human being. To me, there's a name for it, and everybody knows what it is. So the people who are accepting money to do stuff like this, they know they're not buying a pig in a blanket or a pig under a blanket. They know exactly what they're doing and what they're getting into. And now they're feeling that sense of entitlement. Now they're feeling that sense of entitlement. They're getting mad at us now when we don't react the way they want. And I'm sure some of you, if you haven't, you will notice it. When you say certain things, or you react in certain ways, or you don't react in a way that's normal, they tend to amp up and ramp up what they do. If you take notice, you might see it. They tend to become more aggressive. They tend to attack more often. And it's just like they want to show us who's the boss. It's almost of having a fucking one of those dog shock collars on us. It's the same thing. Same thing.